Tuesday, everyone. It's time for some tea with T on this Talk Therapy Tuesday. I'm Tania McLean-Nicholas, licensed marriage family therapist and owner of Renewed Hope Counseling. Have you ever found yourself having the same argument over and over again in your relationships? Many couples will say to me that the same issues seem to be at the center of their conflict. And I usually say to them, one, it's probably because the issues never really got resolved in the first place. Or two, there may be some unresolved issues from your past that are triggering you in those moments of conflict. So today I want to talk about the first one, arguments that continue to occur because they never really get resolved. Many times people shut down in conflict. They walk away during conflict, or they let it go, hoping by letting it go, it will get better somehow. Well, this is why arguments are recycled or on repeat, because the conflict was never really resolved. Feelings were not heard or acknowledged, and solutions were never found to the original conflict, which allows resentment to settle in, creating greater conflict and even disconnection in the relationship. So this month, I'm going to focus on conflict resolution strategies and skills in order to strengthen your relationships. So go ahead, grab your tea or your coffee, whichever you prefer, and let's dig in. Conflict is inevitable. Every relationship has it. As a matter of fact, conflict should be expected and it's welcomed because it gives opportunity for growth. People are going to argue and they disagree because there are no two people that are exactly the same. Unresolved conflict, on the other hand, can be a big source of stress affecting your mental health and your physical health. It's important to find some sort of resolution to conflict because what tends to happen is people will suppress their anger and frustration towards the situation, which only leads to bitterness. Or they'll try to move along to get along, trying to avoid addressing the issues in hopes that they will go away or even get better. Unfortunately, these are not the healthiest long-term solutions to resolving conflict. And without the proper strategies or tools to handle conflict, it can actually make it worse. Some examples of improper strategies would be criticizing one another, attacking each other's character, shutting down or stonewalling, name calling, yelling, just not listening to each other's point of view. When people are able to work through conflict in a proactive, respectful manner, it creates greater understanding and trust, which ultimately it draws greater connection. We were not all born into a family where perfect or even healthy conflict resolution skills were modeled. So skills in this area may just be lacking. So first, let me say this, be open to learning something new. A big part of conflict resolution involves each individual person only, meaning getting in touch with how you feel and why you feel that way is important. A lot of arguments are a result of feeling angry or resentful about something towards the other person. And I find many times people are not aware of why. Asking the question, why am I mad? What is it that the other person is doing? Or what am I needing? Are key questions to ask when getting in touch with your feelings. So you are better able to find resolution. Journaling can be an effective way to get in touch with your own feelings, thoughts, and your expectations, so that you're better able to communicate them to the other person. Journaling can expose deeper hurts that you may need to process in a therapeutic environment. When it comes to effective conflict resolution, effective listening is just as important. In order to find solution to any conflict, you must first understand the other person's perspective. Remember, understanding is not agreeing, but it does recognize that there are two or more people involved in the conflict with different perspectives. And that's okay. Helping others feel heard and understood actually builds the bridge between conflict and resolution. It's common to think that you're listening to the other person's perspective, when in fact, you're actually formulating this response in your mind or your defense. This would cause you not to hear the other person's perspective and further fuels disconnection. And along with effective listening, there's also effective expression of our emotions. This would be assertive communication, clearly and directly communicating your needs. As you may have learned, saying the wrong thing in conflict is like adding fuel to the fire, and it makes conflict worse. It's important to say what's on your mind in a way that is clear and it's assertive, without being aggressive or putting the other person on the defensive. One effective conflict resolution strategy is to put things in terms of how you feel rather than what you think the other person is doing wrong. This can be done through what we call I statements. And once you understand the other person's perspective and they understand yours, it's now time to find a resolution to the conflict. Something that you both can live with and is a win-win for everyone. Sometimes this may be as simple as agreeing to disagree. If you cannot agree, trying to find a middle ground or compromise may be the solution. The important thing is to find a place of understanding and working it out in a manner that is respectful to all involved. Choosing to stay in the conversation or discussion communicates genuine concern and care for the other person. And at the end of the day, that creates deeper connection. Well, there's more to unpack on this topic, but that's it for today. I hope that you enjoyed your tea with tea on this Talk Therapy Tuesday. I'm Tania McLean-Nicholas, and I hope that you enjoy this beautiful sunny day.